Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel 2. So, I found another YouTube channel that is undergoing a project to turn all of the books in the Kiseki games into audiobooks. So, in the whatever section the part below the video is called, that area, I will put a link to their channel, and you can go and listen to the Carnelia and the first Gambler Jack series, etc., etc. They don't have all of them up yet, but they seem to be posting them pretty frequently, and it also saves my voice from reading books for so long. It can be rough. Very rough. So, for now, we're going to continue on with our main story, and if they don't post Gambler Jack 2 by the time I finish recording these, like the rest of this game, I will do the Gambler Jack 2 myself like I did the previous game. But we can get Zemirian ore weapons. Hey there, busy getting ready? There's not much time left until the operation begins, so if there's anything you need to do, do it now. Well, one thing I need is to make sure my equipment and Arcus are in top condition. There's not a doubt in my mind that Crow and the Azure Knight will be there, so I can't go in unprepared. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they were. Alright, sounds like a plan, Reen. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with that. It's a shame there isn't any Zemirian ore left. I could have made good use of it. How so? Well, remember how I was using it to customize your weapons earlier this year? That was the most I could do at the time. But making Valamar's new Tachi gave me tons of practice on handling Zemirian ore. So at this point, I'm confident I could do more than customize an existing weapon. I could make a new one from scratch. Really? That sounds amazing. The more powerful weapons we have, the better. Unfortunately, though, we used all of the ore you brought back, and I do mean all of it. I don't even have the tiniest fraction left to play with anymore. If you had any, even a few small fragments, that I could put together, I'd be able to do it, but as things stand... Actually, I do have some. Exclamations! You do? Awesome! Well, as soon as you've decided what you want me to make with it, let me know. I'll be here waiting. It's valuable stuff though, so make sure you think long and hard about what you want to use it on. I think... Man, that Zemirian ore Tachi of yours was one hell of a project. Still, I promised Crow I'd use it back in Arc's fort, and I wasn't about to let him down. But that's where my part in all this ends. It's all up to you now. You've done more than enough already. Thank you, George. I'll be sure to smack Crow silly with it and drag him back here. I've got no doubt you will after all that you've been through. Well, I've got some final engine checks to do before the operation begins, but if you need any bit of Arcus checkup, I can play doctor. Right, so I'm pretty sure everybody already has the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody has the most powerful weapons already. Got that one. Most of them should say made of a mysterious ore or strange ore. As you might have seen earlier, Elisa's bow did not, but that has the same description as the one that is on hers anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got every answer. So, strange ore, mysterious ore, judgment and destruction, strange ore, mysterious ore, miraculous bow, strange ore, strange ore, strange ore, strange ore. Yep. Alright, so everybody's already got the most powerful weapons, so we don't need to worry about that at all. But you can If this is your first playthrough, you can make 2, I believe, because for these quests that we're about to undergo, you get new, you get rewarded with Zemirian ore on that as well. There are a lot of character profiles. The only one I am missing is Edel. So we're going to talk to her. She should be in the arts training facility. Yes, there she is. I've made a few adjustments to the combat shells myself. They're all so lovely that I just had to teach them lots of very powerful arts. Seeing them develop was so fulfilling, just like growing flowers. And she's the only person who will ever draw that parallel. I really appreciate it. Can't hurt to get some practice in before the operation gets underway. By all means, give them a shot if you can spare the time. Talk! Let's do everything in our power to ensure that this operation is a success. As long as we work together, I'm sure we can bring our plans to fruition. I'm afraid I'm not much when it comes to combat, but I'll give my all regardless. Not much when it comes to combat, huh? Group B's report begs to differ. Guess you can't judge her by her appearance. Let's do everything in our power to ensure that the operation is a success as long as... Okay, so it's the same thing. So did that update her profile? It did! So we're only missing... The stars mean they're completed. I keep skipping ones. They're all completed. They're all completed. Class 7's completed. So the only one left is Elise. Nice. Almost there. Almost there. This is where we can get Imperial Chronicle 6. So I shall go ahead and read that. Breaking. Battle for Heimdall? Tensions mount. We've received word that the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions, regarded as rebels, have called for residents of the areas surrounding Heimdall to evacuate if possible. Sources have suggested that both divisions are attempting to launch a decisive battle for control of the city, causing tensions to build on the outskirts of the capital. Nothing to fear. Meanwhile, the Noble Alliance forces are well prepared to defend the capital, presenting themselves as an all but insurmountable obstacle for the rebels. One officer in charge of a soldats platoon commented, "If that's what they're planning, they're welcome to try. It's high time we wiped out those rebel scumbags once and for all." Meanwhile, the armies of General Agrin and Brigadier General Bardius, both with countless victories to their names, have gathered in Heimdall and are expected to take part in the coming battle. Current intelligence suggests that the rebel forces are not as well supplied as those of the Noble Alliance, and so any such battle is unlikely to last more than a day or two at most. We ask that the citizens of Erebonia not to fear to believe that the overwhelming odds in the Noble Alliance's favor will speed them to a well-earned victory. Effect on public transport. Should a battle break out, it is expected that all train and airship service will be suspended. When questioned, a member of the Ministry of Railways responded, "Ensuring the safety of our passengers is paramount to us, and as such, we would have no choice but to suspend service until we could offer such guarantee again." The publication suggests that all citizens planning to travel keep a close eye on the national news and, preferably, avoid all non-essential travel altogether until the rebel forces have been quelled. Crime! Duke Alberea arrested? The ruling lord of the Kreutzen province, Duke Alberea, appears to have been arrested on suspicion of a number of crimes. He stands accused of arson, inciting disorder, and the willful harm of Erebonian citizens, among other charges. Perhaps the most damning indictment is the charge of setting fire to Keldic, but we must reiterate that no evidence has been found against the Duke, and thus he remains innocent until proven guilty. Nonetheless, his arrest has led to a wave of confusion spreading across the provincial capital of Berehard, as the region is effectively left without a governing head. Trusted sources have also informed us that he has been summarily expelled from the Alliance, which had no part in instigating any of the illegal actions he is alleged to have taken. Breaking. More trouble in Crossbell? Reports have begun to pour in about another helping of trouble for the... I have never seen that word before. Bellegarde? Whatever. Crossbell. The accounts are vague and fragmentary, but all suggest a blue light has appeared on the eastern side of the country along with a gigantic tree. We'll bring you more on this emerging story as it develops. However, there's a strong possibility that this represents yet another new weapon being developed in secret by the rogue state, a weapon that might be turned against the Empire in an invasion attempt. Those living near the border are advised to remain alert. Breaking again! Western Front in chaos. The battle for Western Erebonia was thought to have been all but won, but a setback has apparently emerged in the form of the previously missing 7th Armored Division. The division is working in tandem with the avowedly neutral group Winds of Freedom, and is calling the Noble Alliance's forces to cease hostilities. The Alliance forces, meanwhile, have just begun the final phase of their plan to neutralize the opposition in the West, and they are now warning the group that any attempt to obstruct their work will be regarded as treason. Furthermore, reports have suggested that the remnants of the former Imperial Army are beginning to reassemble, bringing even greater confusion to a region already battered by war. Breaking again! Strange happenings in Trista. Eyewitness reports point to trouble in the picturesque town of Trista, just a short way from Heimdall, with sightings of large numbers of students there claiming to be on leave of absence from their studies. In all likelihood, this is the work of seditious elements, and the Noble Alliance fully intends to conduct a thorough investigation at a later time. Jeez, couldn't recognize seditious. Notice from the editors, with the war reaching perhaps its most fevered pitch, many of our readers are likely feeling more than a little nervous, understandably so. We would like to advise those living in or near the capital to remain apprised of the current events and to try to remain calm in the case of an emergency. We can only hope that the war's final days are soon to come, as it is the humble opinion of this paper that any further expansion of the war could only harm the strength of this great nation. Chief Editor. And that is how things are going currently in Erebonia. According to the Noble Alliance, that is. So you can give all supreme dishes to Monica. She is in the cafeteria, as well as the peculiar dishes to Margarita, and Bridget for unique dishes. They should all be on the second floor, I want to say. I'm going to just double check real quick, make sure that we have done all that. No, we haven't. Ever since you brought me aboard, I've been trying to figure out what to do to play my part. So I started thinking about what I was good at, and it hit me. Lunchboxes. Super nice lunchboxes could really lift people's spirits. So I'm trying to improve my skills and make the best lunchboxes I possibly can. That's an interesting idea. I could see it working for you, Monica. I'm sure everyone will love sampling whatever you come up with. Heck, I'm getting hungry already. Can't wait. Glad to hear, because I need your help. Would you mind bringing me some really superb dishes for reference? Superb? Superb how? Anything that you taste and think, wow, that's superb, will do. They'll help me expand my lunchbox repertoire. Given that you carry your own recipe book around everywhere, I thought you'd be the perfect person to ask. What do you say? Willing to help me out? Well, if it leads to building a better lunchbox, I'm on board. If I stumble onto anything superb, I'll bring it straight to you. Thank you very much. This should be fun for both of us. We're just going to knock all this out right now. Reen handed over all superb dishes. Wow, I never would have expected that you'd bring me all of these. I don't know what to say except thank you. All of the food you've brought me has done wonders for my culinary skills. Good to hear, especially since I fully intend on eating one of your new and improved lunchboxes. Well, Laura loved the last one I gave her at least, but I'll make sure to make an extra special one just for you. My stomach's rumbling already. Well, you can't eat it, but I did want to give you something in return for the favor. I hope you like it, or to return the favor. Impenetrable shield! A very, very good quartz. Whoa, are you sure I can have this? I mean, all I did was bring you food. That was more than enough. You've set me off on the right track to the ultimate lunchbox. I couldn't let you do all that legwork for free. Well, thanks, and good luck. I can't wait to eat it. And that just leaves Ferris. Who's in the leisure room? I was talking to Elisa last night, and we've decided that if we both return from this operation safely, we're going to hold a big party at the academy. Every student is to be invited, of course, regardless of class, the faculty too. That sounds like it would be one heck of a party. But saying if makes it sound like you're not planning on returning from the operation safely. I suppose you're right. Then let me rephrase. When we inevitably return safely after this operation, we're inevitably throwing a massive party. They do say success stems from the mind, after all. Perfect. She's gotten tougher since I first met her. I'm sure spending time with Elisa is to thank for that. There are a lot of preparations that need to be made for a party like that to happen. Food, for instance, could be an issue. Even if Serapha and Celestine were to work together, they only know so many recipes. If only there's a book full of them that I could somehow get my hands on. Okay, maybe let's scale it back a little. You don't necessarily have to think of the specifics until after the operation. Oh yes, I suppose you're right. Right now, I should focus my mind and energy on the task at hand. We will make this operation a resounding success. Naturally. But it might not hurt to keep the fact that she's looking for a ton of recipes in the back of my mind. If I could gather up a bunch of good ones for her, I'm sure that'd help her keep her mind on the operation proper. Hey Ferris, I've got something to show you. Reen showed Ferris his recipe book. Look at all these! Have you been writing all these down yourself? Yeah, I've been collecting them for a pretty long time now. Think they're enough for you to make your party a success? Without a doubt. I'll have to start copying all these down right away. Knock yourself out. Ferris furiously copied all the recipes from Reen's recipe book, likely breaking a few speed records in the process. Perfect! Between your recipes, the Cooking Club's help, and Serapha and Celestine, we should have a vast selection of food to offer. I must admit that I'm rather impressed. I certainly didn't expect you to present me with so many recipes. Think nothing of it. Hopefully you'll now be able to focus all your efforts on the operation, instead of being distracted by party planning. I never would have allowed something so trivial to hinder my concentration in the first place. Still, I do feel as though I underestimated you somewhat. In light of that and your hard work, I want you to have this. Zerum powder that would have normally been a master quartz. Thank you very much. There's no need to thank me for such an insignificant reward. If you say so. Anyway, good luck today. Likewise. Together we will make this operation a success, and the party after it an even greater one. Indeed. Now, we must speak to Instructor Thomas, who is in the library. This library. Say, what's that black book you've got there? Oh, this? I'm not sure myself, to be honest. It's just some old book I ended up with. Would you mind if I took a little look at it? Not at all. Have at it. Reen showed the book to Instructor Thomas. How fascinating. Dots. Is something the matter? Oh, my apologies. This is just so unusual that I ended up getting lost in my own thoughts for a moment there. You see, I believe this is actually one of a series of ancient books collectively known as the Black Records. Then you're familiar with it? I'm not a scholar and teacher of history for nothing, you know. But that said, all I know is that they exist, I'm afraid. I'm not sure what's exactly written in the books. Evidence points to them containing information on history of this land that's been lost to the ages, but beyond that... Wow, really? Have I piqued your curiosity? Why, I can scarcely blame you. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy just looking at it. Let me get to work on deciphering it right away. You mean you can translate that ancient script? I believe so, by cross-referencing other extant historical records. The books seem some heavy damage though, so I'm afraid what I can pull will be far from cover-to-cover adaptation. Still, if you're interested, would you be willing to leave it in my care? Along with any others you might have, of course. By all means, here you go. Green handed over Black Records 1, Green handed over Black Records 2, Black Records 3, Black Records blah 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 blah. Phew, I think that's about as much as I'm going to get out of that. Wow, this is really fascinating stuff. But being able to read snippets and select passages just makes me more curious about the parts you couldn't decode. Haha. Unfortunately, the damage was even more extensive than I thought. This was the best I could do right now. I might be able to decipher more if I had access to a dedicated research facility or some similar institution, but with the resources I have at hand, this is about all I can make out for certain. I see. I appreciate you for doing what you could. Well, you've given me a copy of all 5 books now. Just tracking down this set is quite an achievement. All 5? Oh, did I not mention this before? In total, 5 volumes of the Black Records are known to exist. I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that if you said it before. My apologies then. I should have told you earlier. I hope that you didn't spend too long trying to track down a 6th. I mean, there may well be one, unknown to even the most learned scholars, but these 5 are all you're likely to turn up. Either way, thank you for bringing me all of these. I'm going to keep working to see if I can decode the rest of them. It may take some time, but don't give up hope. There may well come a day when you can read the contents in their entirety. Good luck with that, instructor. I'll be looking forward to it. Oh, please do. One more thing before you go. I'd like you to have this, just a little something in thanks for all of these fascinating books. Zerum capsule would have been another Master Quartz. Thanks. And next, we're going to head to Ymir. I don't know how I'm going to play these games, like the next one coming out, blind, without a guide. I've done so many replays with guides, I don't know how to play them anymore. It's great to finally have everyone from the Academy on board the Courageous. Everyone who went missing, everyone who chose to stay at the Academy, they're all here, ready to fight with us. It's kinda surreal. We really did go and achieve exactly what we set out to do, you know? Yeah, I know the feeling. We took back the Academy. Valimar's new Tachi has been forged. Nothing's stopping us from giving this operation our all. That being said, it feels a little wrong to say we have everyone when there's one of us missing. I didn't even think of that. Sure, it's lively enough here as it is, but Crow has a special energy no one else can bring. But just remember, him not being here yet doesn't mean that you've done any less amazing. So, thank you, Reen. I can't imagine all of us would be here now if not for you. I think you're giving me too much credit here. Coming this far was a team effort. I may be part of that team, but so are you and everyone else. Oh, Reen, I should have known you would say that. And now that you're here, I'd love to give you this. Hopefully it'll be of some use to you. That would have been yet another Master Quartz. Thanks, Toa. We can't quit here, not when we're so close. So we'll be able to bring Crow home, and only then will we really be able to say that we have everyone on board. Right. Wow, I just cannot read, can I? Our operation today is bound to be the toughest thing we've ever done. If we're not completely in sync, there's no way we'll be able to pull this off. We've got to work hard and work together. Just stay safe out there, okay? I will, I promise. All of us are bound and determined to make this a success, and when I say all of us, I don't mean just Class 7. So don't worry about us, we'll be back, and we'll be dragging Crow with us. Okay, I believe in you. Together I know we'll be able to make it back to the Academy, all of us. Finally, we can choose our destination. Oh, Trista. You can now travel to Trista using the Courageous. You can now go on to the East Highway 2 from the eastern side of Trista.
Where do you want to go?
Ymir.
Full speed ahead!
We are looking for the Baron, who I'm guessing is inside the mansion. I know he's here somewhere. In here? Yeah!
Reen, we were just told what's about to happen.
You're to take part in the liberation of the capital, yes?
Yes.
I'm sure you're aware of how dangerous this will be. More so than anything else you've done to date.
I am. But this is our chance to bring the Civil War to an end for good. I know how you guys worry about me. But as a student of Thor's, I want to fight to protect my country. And as Elise's brother, I want to fight to take her back. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. I have to go.
We knew you'd say something like that.
That we did. You're not a child anymore. You've grown into a fine young man. And I have no intentions of stopping you. Do what you feel needs to be done. Bring Elise home and rescue His Majesty, Reen.
I won't let you down.
It's hard to believe just how much you've grown in these past 2 months. I think it may finally be time. You deserve to know the truth, Reen.
Dad?
There's something that I've been keeping from you all this time. I've wondered when this day would come, and now I believe you're old enough and mature enough to handle it. And so, once all of this is over, I will tell you all that I know about your birth.
Exclamations.
Darling, are you sure?
I am. I'm sorry for not running this past you first, Lucia. But wouldn't you agree he has the right to know?
Lucia! It took the entire game for us to find out that it's pronounced Lucia? Really?
And I'm sorry to you as well, son. I didn't intend to bring this up so suddenly.
It's all right, Dad. I wasn't expecting you to bring up the issue now. But somewhere in the back of my mind, I'd always suspected there was something you weren't telling me.
I see.
You did? It's not like I had proof or anything, but I was found abandoned in a blizzard. Under those circumstances, a kid my age would freeze to death in a matter of hours. And yet Dad just happened to find me in the nick of time. I couldn't help but wonder if maybe there was more to it. I kept turning it over and over in my head, trying to figure out if there was something I was missing all this time.
I see. I'm so sorry. We didn't realize you were suffering so much over it.
I don't think it's something you should have to apologize for. I know why you wouldn't tell me. And besides, I feel like I've grown a lot in this last year too, personally. Thanks to Elise and everyone I've met at Thor's, I can finally feel proud of who I am. And that's why, no matter what happens now, no matter what you have to tell me, I'll always be your son. That's never going to change. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to finding out, but it's not the big deal it once was anymore.
Thank you, son.
I was going to do that.
I should be the one thanking the two of you.
Your parents are amazing, Reen.
I'm truly happy for you, Reen.
Well, guess it's time to go.
Take care, Reen. I know you can do it.
Come back safely, all of you. We'll be right here to welcome you back.
Right!
Yes, you're right. I'm sure he'll be able to handle it.
Indeed. All we can do is believe in him and pray that Adios watches over him from above.
Indeed.
That was unexpected. I didn't think your parents knew who your biological family was, Reen.
From the sound of things, however, they don't know much more than that. You wouldn't happen to remember anything regarding your childhood before being taken in by House Schwarzer, would you?
Unfortunately not. My earliest memory is waking up in this house. I was in bed, and Elise was by my side. Wait, no, that's not my earliest memory. There was something before that.
Oh, Adios, if you're listening, hear me now. Please allow this child. I did the best I could. That's...
Green, are you all right?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I think we've stayed here long enough. We should probably get moving. Huh? I feel a strange chill coming from somewhere. Is it coming from the valley? Might be good to look into it if we have the time.
The path to Glacia Shrine is now open. The entrance to it is accessible from partway along Ymir Valley 1. Glacia Shrine? What could that possibly be? Give me a moment here to make sure I've battlescoped everything in there. Okay, there isn't a Glacia Shrine. Oh, we can talk to her real quick.
I could probably fish here.
I can't stop thinking about that radiant glow. I can't wait to sink my teeth into its beautiful body. Hey there, Annabelle. Did you see some sort of rare fish in the water? Oh, good day, Reen. Actually, yes. Not long ago, I saw a giant shadow of a fish swimming through the stream here. Exclamation! A giant shadow? You don't think it could be Ymir's guardian, do you? You know of it? Well, you grew up around here, so I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, you'll hear about sightings around here on occasion. I even saw it once back when I was a kid. Really? You must be as curious as I am then, aren't you? I would be if I were in your shoes. But I'm afraid the legend of Ymir's guardian ends here, for I shall be the one to reel it in for good. You're gonna catch it? I certainly am, and if you don't want me catching it, you're just going to have to catch it before me. Neither of us will be in for an easy time, however. As I'm sure you're well aware, Reen, Ymir's guardian is in a class of its own among the many fish in Erebonia. Still, I couldn't be more pleased to have you as my rival. With that said, may the competition begin, and may the best angler win. Which is obviously going to be us, because, you know, we're the best fisher in the game. Ah! This one's actually difficult. Whoa. Nah! Nah! Ah! Got it!
Whoa, this is a big one!
I caught it! Ah! To think I would have been defeated. Look at the size of it, though. This sucker's huge, and the radiant glow coming from it is so beautiful. All the legends turned out to be true after all. Indeed. At a glance, it seems to be at least 3 arch long. It must be a mutation of a gladiator. Yeah, although it weighs a lot more, and it's way more powerful, too. I've never struggled so much to catch a fish in my life. Be that as it may, a victory is yours. And for your achievement, I hereby proclaim you a platinum angler. I have a little something special for you to exchange your points for now, too. Thank you. I still want to know what it tastes like, though. Annabelle? Please don't mind me. Exchange. I think it's the Aeolus gem that you get. Pretty sure. Anyway, we're going to figure out where this Glacia Shrine. Yes. Right here. So, we are going to end this episode outside the Glacia Shrine. Next time, we will go in there and see what there is to find inside this sudden cave that just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, so until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.